Hello, people of the internet. Let's see. How should I start this? Well, let's get down to business. So, the reason I stopped posting videos is because my VR kind of just like broke. I don't know how. Let's see if I can get it. I have no editor, so this is gonna be purely just whatever. Let me show you what you mean by broken VR. This. Right here. See? I don't know how good you can see this, but you know when like the back of the VR kind of just like right here, see? It won't, even if I try to use tape, it just like, it won't work. I don't know why, like it snaps off. Since I haven't been posting videos in a while, that's why I stopped. But I didn't kind of change the formatting of my videos just because they felt bland. You know what I mean? Like they felt just generic, kind of. And I don't think I really, how do I say this? It doesn't really elevate my channel, I guess. Now, granted, this will take time of however I do this, but hopefully it can go well. Now, I'm just gonna have these videos now be yap sessions. Just because, well, I feel like everybody has something to say about someone, or someone has something about some. You get my point. Now, I'm yapping because, well, one, I saw Jacksepticeye's video of him being diagnosed with autism. I'll talk about that, actually. I'll talk about that. No, I'm in no way disrespecting him at all. I think he's a very funny YouTuber, and I want to be like him one day. I really do. Me and him have very much in common. Both have autism. Not just that, too. Like, the things that we do, the things that we are pretty similar. He has a budget to do stuff, well, I don't. Because I'm not an adult yet. I'm not an adult yet. But on the subject of autism, where it shouldn't be downgraded to a person being called autism. It, I mean, like, look, I guess what I want to say is it shouldn't be downgrading someone just because of autism. Like, I guess, it's a way to, I don't want to say stereotype, more of like, you know why they do certain things. You know why a person does something. Now, I got tested for autism, I think, when I was 2 or 3. No, I don't remember. It's not from my parents. But living with it, it you hear the phrase "What's wrong with you?" a lot. You hear that a lot, and honestly, I've grown accustomed to it. But it's still, it's not a great thing to tell someone. Like, it's kind of rhetorical, kind of, where you know what's wrong with the person. Like, for example, my cousin does it to me a lot. She knows what's wrong with me, and yet she still says it. She still says it. Like, why do you? I'm not. It may seem like getting mad. I'm just being loud, but yeah, it's kind of an obvious statement. Like, if you say what's wrong with you, they either have autism or ADHD or ADD or whatever. You can't really blame somebody because they have a mental disorder. I mean, my only problem with it is that they use it in a way where it's kind of manipulative, where they don't typically, I guess they get away with a lot of things, and you shouldn't use whatever mental disorder you have as like a cast, I don't know how to describe it. You shouldn't use it as an advantage to not be, I don't know, mistreated, I guess. You shouldn't use it in a way that makes you, I guess you shouldn't, to me, it seems like people are flexing it. Or just over dramatizing it. Like, look, I know it's a big thing, having some sort of mental disorder, but you really shouldn't make it as big as it is. That's why, like, even well, it's a spectrum, But say, like, this side, I know it's gonna be on your right side, but this side, say, is like very little, and this side is very, like, big. It's a spectrum. That seems pretty obvious to say, but a lot of people don't understand that it's a spectrum where you could be at one of the far ends that's just like not really any signs of it or anything, or you can be in the far right, well, my right, where it's kind of disabling your way to speak. Now, autism, I was like that at one point. That's why I had to do 2 different preschools. I forgot where exactly, but it was like a co-taught class and then the regular preschool. But after that, I've been somewhat of a normal child. But as I, grew older and older, oh my gosh, English, it just seems like it's noticeable from an autistic person. But again, it's a spectrum, It's different for everybody. So there could be people more autistic than me or less autistic. It's just whatever. Now on a different subject. Why I started YouTube. Well, granted, I don't have much subscribers now. Probably won't in the near future. But if whoever sees this, hope you'll subscribe and like and continue to watch my videos. Oh, I don't know my posting schedule really. I don't have the schedule. So it's a post whenever and whatever. I'll probably be a yap session like right now. Or if I get my VR working, it'll be a VR session or whatever. I hope that you can support this channel. And yeah. Now, this will not be the end of the video, though. At the end of the video, I want to conclude this very short yap session of why I wanted to start this. Now, I've watched YouTube, I don't know, since I was like 5, maybe. My first YouTuber that I've ever watched was Ethan Gamer TV, and he was pretty funny. I did enjoy his stuff. I don't know if he's doing stuff now. Probably is, but I don't know why I stopped watching him initially. And then after him, I started watching FGTV. Now, I don't really know controversies and stuff of FGTV. I generally don't want to be a part of any, I guess, biased judgment or whatever. I'm just telling you what list of YouTubers I've watched them on. See, number 1 was Ethan Gaming. Number 2 was FGTV. But after that, I don't know why I really switched from them, because I think I was watching them on, like, Amazon Prime. I know it's pretty cringy, watching YouTubers on Amazon Prime. But then I started to watch Zebra Gamer. Now, Zebra Gamer, I guess you can call me a glazer, just because I've enjoyed watching him for so long. Like, I don't think any of you realize how long Zebra Gamer has been on the platform. Like, he's been on YouTube since 2009. Crazy, right? And he gets very little recognition for how long he's been on the platform. Although the thing is, people that don't get in a lot of controversies, they're under the radar. Like, I guess it's pretty sad nowadays that, and I'm getting off topic and everything. That is how my brain functions. But basically, it sucks that if you're controversial, then you're famous. That's it. If you say something controversial, boom, famous. I guess it doesn't have to be controversial per se, like the Haktua. Who is that offending? Really, who was that offending? But it's become such a meme where I guess if it's meme, you're instantly famous. How does that work? I don't know. It's just I wouldn't say some famous people don't deserve to be famous, but it definitely seems that way. Now I will be calling people out just because I can't really censor. Cause sure, YouTube has an algorithm, but like, why should I follow that? I can just create different channels, and then eventually one of them will work. Anyways, back to the topic of what YouTubers I've watched. Well, I'm still watching Zebra. I am also watching Kenley Kean. No, Kenley Kean's a pretty mellow YouTuber. You know, like I wouldn't. I would recommend him, but like he's a pretty kid-friendly YouTuber, same as Zebra. But Zebra's been on here longer, while Kean's just been on here for a little less time than him, but still a decent amount of time. But yeah, and then I did watch a video. Oh, that's true. I did watch a video of Jacksepticeye. So he was playing Deltarune, and I remember he was cursing, and at the time I was like, what, 7 maybe? 6? No, 8. 8 or 9. I know I keep saying higher in the age. But my parents didn't initially like me hearing curse words from YouTubers and whatnot, which makes sense. I was more of a kid back then. But I haven't. And then when they told me to like not watch him anymore, just because they heard that. So then that's why I was watching Zebra Gamer and Kylie Keane for a lot of years. And then eventually, it was 2-ish years ago? I don't know. When I recently started watching, not recently, but I started watching Jacksepticeye play God of War for the PS4. Although that was more like 2-ish years, no, 8 year or 2 ago. I know I'm getting my timelines mixed up, but yeah. And then, my mom doesn't like me watching it. Well, watching Dubs to Go By. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I butchered that. I'm so sorry I butchered that. But I'll just call him Jacko Boy for the sake of pronunciation. But the rest of my family doesn't mind me watching Jacko Boy. But yeah, and then of Game Theory. Yeah, I did watch Game Theory. I watched all his FNAF. Even though I'm not a FNAF fan myself, I watched every single Game Theory about FNAF. And just something about MatPat talking about FNAF is just really hypnotizing, I guess. But yeah, but and then I started watching Markiplier, PewDiePie, and then just expanded on YouTubers. There's just so many YouTubers. I guess I've also been watching Ethan on everything, which he does a lot of topics. I hope that he watches the video, and if he doesn't, well, better make more. I guess the YouTuber that really inspired me to try to do YouTube was Zebra Gamer. What's funny is that my friend Damien, who's also a YouTuber, he's not really big at all. His YouTuber channel is called Gomsmer. Go and support him as much as you can. Probably more than me. But I remember in second grade, although he doesn't remember. I remember in second grade, we were in the playground, and I was telling, and I don't know how we came across the conversation, but basically we were both like, what if we both pretended to be YouTubers? So then we went around like that for a while, and he became a YouTuber. Also works at McDonald's somewhere. But for me, I've pretended to be a YouTuber for a long time. And then eventually it kind of started. It was more of a hobby. But, I mean, I don't want to make this my job, per se. But when it does become my job, I'll be big enough, right? You know? Also, yeah, I guess the person who really inspired me was Zebra Gamer. Now, if he's watching this, I don't know what he would say. But I'm just telling you that I made this channel because of Zebra Gamer, really. Just because he inspired me. I know I said it before, but yeah, I think this is good to go, I guess. See you in the next yap session. Hopefully this gets a decent amount of views. Peace.